Welcome, Diya. Please take a seat. I also call upon Mr. Sanjay Puri, one of the most sought after Indian architects abroad. It requires no introduction. The essence of Sanjay's design theory is creating innovative design spaces that are contextual, but at the same time sustainable. The list of Sanjay's awards is long, but I will mention just the latest.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's such a pleasure to be here, and I'm very, very honored to be a part of a vital conversation. One that I think we are blessed to have, because I think knowing better will mean we will act better. So, Sanjay, thank you for joining us. I know it was a very last minute thing, but you've been very gracious and kind to accept this and have this conversation with me. I hope to discover a lot through you, and I hope that some of the people seated here will understand why I do what I'm doing relentlessly.
Yes, actually I had to cancel something, but anyway.
Aren't you happy you had to cancel it? You get to talk to me, Sanjay.
I'm very happy.
Good.
Why do you think I cancelled it? So I was told that you're going to have this conversation in the fireplace with Diya Mirza, and I said, in my mind I said, why Diya Mirza? And then I started Googling her and seeing the relevant work that she's done towards, greening, towards sending public messages for sustainability, for recycling, and especially that earth message that you sent across. That was brilliant. Those the eyebrows moving and the words across. So the message there was that recycling is really important, and she's actually, there's so many causes that she's fighting for that it's really interesting to know. And then I found out that her father is an architect as well.
Yes, an innocent being into. And especially because I'm an urban dweller. I live in a city. I can't afford to up and leave to the mountains or to a greener environment that would have cleaner air and cleaner water. But I live here, in the midst of a concrete. I hate to use the word jungle because jungles are so beautiful. I don't know why concrete spaces are called jungles. Because they don't really reflect the truth that the jungle does. And that one unifying truth is that every living being is connected. So I can't up and leave. I'm living here. I have to deal with the serious threat that I think every urban dweller is dealing with, which is the risk to health, the risk to life. You've done such amazing work. What is the one challenge that you always face in convincing the people that you're doing projects for that what you want to do is the right thing to do?
We were just discussing this earlier. When in an architectural project, if 100% is about doing the project right, 5% is doing the design, 60% is convincing the client that what you're doing is right and is good for the ecology and for the environment, and the balance 40% is actually seeing the project come through the way it is envisaged, especially in India. Just to put it in perspective, Bombay has grown from 20,000 acres 4 decades ago to 150,000 acres. But look at Pune. In the same time, it has grown from 2,000 acres to 111,000 acres.
Waste management is a huge area that I've been focusing on, and I really want you to share with us, because I keep thinking about the population density in an area, and then I think about the consumption of that population density, and I also wonder where all that waste is going to go. It's showing up, it's landing up in our drainage, it's landing up in our oceans, our seas, our rivers, our forests, in our intestines, our kidneys, and where not, in the form of cancer, heart disease. And we are hurting ourselves because we're not managing our consumption better and we're not managing our waste better. Tell me, Sanjay, as somebody who understands Mumbai, especially you who understands Mumbai as well as you do, what do you believe is an urgent solution on waste management solutions for Mumbai. We had Deonar burning up. We discovered that when Deonar was burning, we were burning our e-waste. And we were burning plastic waste, and we continue to see it. But what are the things that buildings, development, corporations can do to improve waste management?
First is the building process itself. So there must be a rule that says that
Even
when you do it,
better driveways
building,
and segregation.
yeah, not a single amount of waste of construction debris has to get out of the site. And there are ways to do it. We're doing a township in Rajasthan where every single part of the debris is reused. Even the scaffolding is being reused to make furniture. So there's not a single thing that goes out of the site.
Do you save money by reusing?
You of course save money by reusing.
Well, we're trying to give you incentive here. So you save money by reusing. Great. Okay.
And waste management, separating all of it, taking care of it, and there are so many ways that you can recycle and use part of it back again. I mean, look at Gift City today is one of the first fully planned cities in the country that are coming up. It's been very slow because it was difficult to get people to move there. Gift City, for those of you who don't know, it is between Ahmedabad and Gandhinagar. It's a brand new city, 900 acres. They've built sewage tunnels below the road on the site, which are 6 meters wide and 8 meters high. So a truck can go in, which means a road never gets dug up. Look at what's happening in Bombay. So you build a road, so again you're wasting. All the time it's waste,
I
waste,
feel
waste.
that happens because of the gap between different networks. So they don't work in tandem with each other. But that's another conversation
Yes,
for another day.
but somebody needs to start.
But do you
doing
think
something
it
now.
can start with enforcing waste segregation at
That's
a building and planning level
absolutely.
and constructing bio-waste systems? Because
Yes.
I know that a significant amount of waste disposal can be minimized if hospitals, schools, canteens and cooperative societies start building waste management plants within their
Of
compound,
course,
within
it's
their
very
infrastructure.
important. This has to be, and it has to be made a rule because in India nobody understands that it's not a rule. Then everything is okay.
No, we love
Chalta hai,
making rules. In
chalta
India,
hai.
everybody loves making rules. Because we feel that we are the rebels, right? We think the rule is there just to make life difficult. We refuse to believe the rules exist to make life better. And that's where the problem begins and ends. We've run out of time, Sanjay. Sorry, I could talk to you forever on this subject. Yeah. But do you want to open this up to a Q&A? Do we have time for that?
We do not, unfortunately, we
Okay.
do not.
That's it. We've been asked to shut up. Sorry.
I think one thing we should request, since EcoTimes is doing this, is that EcoTimes promises us that every day you will carry some article on recycling, on reuse, on
Can we make it
propagating
a
sustainable
can we?
architecture.
Yeah, can we? Because this is, in fact, when I was invited to come and speak here, I was very, very happy. I know this has been happening over the last couple of years. This is a very important conversation, and I think it is upon each of us, and especially more so because you host this incredible event, that you continue this dialogue through the year. You know, give us solutions and let's collectively join hands to insist and enforce systems and just addressing of systems and help people follow rules, you know, and that the gap between them and us minimizes to us and becomes just us, you know, and that understanding of.
You know, you pick up a paper in Amsterdam, and every single day there's an article on something to do with design. It could be product design, it could be architecture design, interior design, lighting, something, but there's an awareness that is created. And in India, this awareness is not there. And if a newspaper doesn't carry it, because newspapers have the maximum reach, if you don't carry it, it's never going to happen. And we get a design article once in maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So that's not enough. You have to have it every day. Something small, something pertinent, something important.
Sure.
Great, we've got a promise here. Thank you. Thank you so much. This was fun.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Diya. Thank you, Sanjay. And the right people from ETH are also here, so I'm sure they've heard you loud and clear. I request Mr. Manish Srivastava, Head Marketing, Saint-Gobain, India, glass business to kindly come on stage and present Diya and Sanjay with a memento as a token of our appreciation. Right, Sanjay? They need a photograph. And I think they want a group photograph too. Yeah. Once again, thank you Diya, thank you Sanjay for a wonderful fireside chat. Thank you for your time. And with that, we will break for tea and coffee. See you in 10 minutes. To remind you again, this is your last opportunity to fill in your feedback forms in full and submit them to the registration desk. We will have the lucky draw post the session after we meet for tea.
जनता वेट कर रहे हैं ना
Thank you.
Excellent. Last. One man, one. Last one, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Excellent.
Were you in the session? Did you enjoy it?
very much
You know, like we just met Diya day before yesterday for an event. Diya, first of all, tell us your thoughts. You know, the whole session. What's yours?
You know, the Smart Green Summit is, I think, one of the most pertinent conversations we need to have. And I'm just really grateful to Economic Times for, hosting this. I know that this is not their first year; they've had it in the past as well. But when we speak of development, we speak of urban planning, we speak of economic growth. It's very, very important for us to speak about sustainability, for us to speak about climate change, and for us to mitigate the gap between government systems, policies, rules, and the value system and the principle with which people are building and trying to grow urban centers. Because unfortunately what we witness as human beings today, especially who inhabit urban development, is that there has been a big gap between the two. Too many rules have been flouted, too many laws have been broken. There is a conscience, there's a corruption in conscience more than anything else that is leading to degradation in the quality of air that we are breathing, the quality of water that we're drinking, and it impacts our health, it impacts our lives, and we have to collectively make the difference. I think a big reason for why we are faced with this problem is because not enough people believe that the consequences of their choices, ill choices, is going to impact their lives directly. And the beauty of this forum is that we don't just highlight how poor choices impact our lives directly, but we also, I think, this platform reinforces the opportunity to innovate, to grow, to find solutions to problems, and truly understand what it means in a holistic sense to be a progressing nation in all its value and all its glory.
So, what are some of the major things you would encourage people to do in an effort to create a cleaner, greener planet?
I think my biggest reiteration through my conversation with Sanjay Puri was the emphasis on the fact that developers, builders identify a very key thought, which is that when you're building, when you're developing, whatever it is, whatever kind of infrastructure, whether it's housing, whether it's corporate, whether it's roads, highways, whatever it may be, do it from a place of value, do it from a place of principle. Don't just do it for the sake of making money, because the consequences of short-sightedness are large, and it is essential that we start caring more and becoming more responsible as developers.
Lastly, you have been passionate voice for better waste management. Share with us a few thoughts on that.
Waste management is one of the most critical issues in urban developments. We seem to forget, even as people who are a part of civil society, that the more we consume, the more we waste. And everything that we bring home has to go somewhere. Whether it is the things that we buy to use. So we need to become more conscious as citizens on our consumption and our waste, and become more responsible about how we treat our waste. I know that we expect the government to implement better waste management systems, but if cooperative housing societies, schools, hospitals, colleges, universities, canteens, hotels, restaurants do not collectively acknowledge the importance of managing their waste better, then governments will not be able to help us, because there is only that much that the government can do. We as citizens need to become more proactive about how we manage our waste. And it starts with basics, which is waste segregation. Dry waste and wet waste. All your kitchen waste can go into the soil. It is biodegradable. It can be converted to compost. It can be converted to energy. But your dry waste can't be, and that can be recycled. So the collection points for recyclable waste have to increase. E-waste collection points have to increase. I have a young boy who calls himself Earthbud on Twitter, who's started a phenomenal campaign. He's one of us. He's a child. He's actually a child, and when Deonar dumping ground burning came into the news, and we discovered the chemical component, particulate component in that burning ground thing, he said, 1 second. E-waste is being burnt there. So our wires, our batteries, our gadgets, we're just throwing it, and it's landing up on our dumping grounds, and it's being set ablaze. And all of that in our air means heart disease, means cancer, means ill health to us. So this young boy, all of 14, has been conducting workshops in schools, in universities, encouraging people to collect their e-waste through the year and deposit at the right places. So working with municipalities, working with government, so it's really about participation and awareness. So each of us can and must do our bit.
Diya, lastly, if you could just give the New Year wishes and the Christmas for your viewers.
Sure, of course. 2016 has been a really tough year for a lot of us and a lot of part of the world. I really pray that 2017 is a more peaceful world to live in, is a happier place for all of us to live in, and becomes a place where each of us makes a proactive choice to make a difference and be the difference. So here's wishing all of you a very happy, peaceful and healthy 2017. May all our collective dreams come true, and may we become the change. Thank you.
Diya, just a request for E24.